first round draft pick of the New York Giants, NFL player, champion with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish Derrick Brown with us right now. It's your birthday. I got to be as nice as possible. I will say this, actually, before we get into the next thing. So I finally got to see Catholics versus convicts.
Yeah.
And the game footage in there, I didn't get to watch you play at Notre Dame as much as I wanted to. I was all about, Ann Arbor at that point. I'm not going to pretend I was the smartest kid in the world. Dude, you were a road grader.
Yeah, thanks,
man. He was just beating people up. He's like even like the game-winning touchdown. You see, the DB pushes the dude down. He's like, who else? Somebody want some? Come on. 86 got a crop top going all of a sudden. What's up?
Nah, man, it was a culmination of a lot of things. Obviously, God-given talent and ability, but right place, right time. Growing up in Merritt Island, going to Merritt Island High School also prepared me for that. Really, because that was my freshman year. I started as a freshman, about 5 games into the season. And really, Coach Gerald Odom, my main man, he was the head coach down there at Merritt Island High School, home of the Mustangs. I think, that whole staff, Jeff McClain, everybody, and just the people that I played with. Jets fans, Cal Dixon, right, played center. He was a year ahead of me. Bubba McDowell, Hurley Brown, Darrell Spencer, these guys. But then the guys we played against, the Lamar Thomases, the Horace Copelands, Leon Cersei's, Dale Dawkins. Every week we played somebody like that. So
I'm gonna throw you the ball once in a while. How about that?
Yeah,
you need some more catches.
Yeah,
what's going on?
I needed a lot more catches, even in high school too. Man. High school, college, it was a damn joke. That's all right though. It's all right.
Well, all right. So you actually were an NFL tight end. LeVar Ball was a practice squad tight end for the New York Jets.
Really?
Yes. You guys have some things in common.
Okay.
Don't do that to DP.
No, I'm not. Come on. I would never. But for whatever reason, I can't hear DB, saying some of the things that LeVar Ball says.
Because people just ask me questions. I've been talking all my life. It's just now the cameras and the things are in front of me. So I'm just saying, if people want to ask me something, I'm going to give you an answer. Because I can have freedom of speech and say whatever I want. And it's either going to be good or bad. And it's just for conversation for the next day.
Dude, he's just, and then go about his kids.
Lonzo had that same impact Magic had.
Lonzo will have the same impact Magic had.
I didn't hear that one till now.
You hadn't heard that? Oh, it was on First Take. Do you, you're a proud father, especially right now, Sydney. She's got the opportunity. She's got a lot of colleges looking at her. She's one of the better female players to ever come out of this area. Do you ever want to get a little LeVar Ball and start telling everybody how good she's going to be? Sue Bird sucks. Let me tell you about Sue Bird. She wins.
You know what? You know what? Maybe not to that extent, but you better believe I do tout in close quarters, behind closed doors, amongst my friends. Yeah, I'll say stuff like, my kid, man, she's doing her thing.
Well, why not? Why not on the mic? Why not?
Because that's just not me.
Right.
That's not me. And also too, my kid will kill me because she hates even when I stop even yelling at basketball games because she's like, Dad, I'd say not. I wouldn't be nuts, but
well, you'd be
box
hurt.
out, box.
Well, yeah, but you're also 6'7". You know what I mean? Like you yell, people go, oh crap.
So, and she's very very quiet. She's probably one of the players that you hate to play because she's like she's ice cold. Like it's just full go 100 miles an hour, but no expression whatsoever.
So as a dad, do you like or dislike what LeVar Ball is doing?
As a dad, to tell you the truth, I like it. You know why? Because in this day and age, everything's a big hype machine anyways. He is, I guess, a mad genius, so to speak. I mean, he's really not reinventing the wheel. This has been done before, right? To extent, right? Venus and Serena's father was kind of nuts like this too, right? Mm-hmm. And, they ended up pretty good. Now, granted, their talent had to take them,
individual sport.
True. Individual sport. Well, basketball is almost an individual sport too. I mean, it's a team thing, but it's all about, it's marketing. Everything is marketing, man. This is the age of Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Snap Talk, whatever you say. What do you call it? Snap face, whatever. This is that age, man. I mean, unfortunately, it's a sad state of affairs, but this is the day and times that we live in. And do I think, Do I think he's nuts? Absolutely. Do I think what he's doing is great? Sure, because guess what? He's about to get his sons a whole heck of a lot more money. All right? And that's, hey, more power to him.
You said Sydney wouldn't like it. Would you, as an athlete, like the hype around you if you had something like that?
You had all the college tours coming up, and for some reason you lived in Miami, but you got off a plane at Notre Dame and stayed there.
No, you know what? No, because that's not me. I mean, don't give me. Yeah, did I showboat a little bit when I played? Sure. You know, I'm from Florida, for crying out loud. That's what we do. But you know, to a certain extent, I mean, you know, would I go this far? No. You know, no.
He won me over with he was on First Take, you know, and Stephen A., another guy who's very quiet, very reserved.
Wait a second.
So this is when LeVar Ball won me over.
Talking about marketing your son and making money because your son is so great, then I don't want to hear one-on-one.
You know what I should do? I should tag up and let everybody else make the money off my son, and when they finish, give them back to me.
I'm not mad at that.
I'll tell you what.
I'm not mad about that.
Ain't nobody gonna make what I'm the one who made Lonzo.
So like I like when I hear the thought of, because you know, Nike, Reebok, whoever, you know, kangaroo shoes, whoever, doesn't matter who it is. Somebody's going to make billions of dollars off the 3 ball boys, which is a terrible nickname, and I'm never going to say it again. But at the same time, why not him?
Absolutely, because I guarantee UCLA's made some money already off of it.
UCLA must love LeVar Ball.
Absolutely. So you know, that's why I don't fault them, man. It's a very short window that these young boys have an opportunity. This is great right now in front of them. You know, so yeah, it's a money grab, kind of like the NFL going to Vegas, right? Like that's not frowned upon, but yet I can't talk about my own flesh and blood and hype him up this and the other. Guess what? You know, don't believe the hype then. But if you believe in hype, hey.
Right. Yeah, and just hearing this whole discussion, I guess it's brought me to another thought. Like DB was in the Catholics versus Convicts movie we started this off with.
Right.
You didn't see a dime from that, did you? Did you see
not a dime?
Right. Yeah. And like Lonzo Ball could, if he wanted to, market himself and maybe sign autographs at UCLA, do the whole ball thing. I don't know if your opinions have changed on it, but if you were a player, a freshman in college, and think, all right, I'm going to go sign autographs for $100 at the local pizza joint, do you think NCAA athletes should be allowed to do that at some point in the future?
Yeah.
Yeah. I absolutely do, because you know why? This is what really irks me about the whole. Don't listen. You know what? You already opened the door.
No,
I knew
yeah,
I was gonna. I ran the
it's
freaking NCAA because.
Well, that whole movie, the one kid's smart enough to make shirts and make tons of cash, and they kick him. They kick him to the curveball.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, but I can sign a jersey for the guy in my dorm who then can go sell it. It's okay. He can make money off of it. But I'm the one that's actually busting my butt, getting up at, 5 a.m. for morning workouts. I'm the one that's bleeding. I'm the one that's, banging heads and practicing, 2 and 3 hours a day. And I can't make a dime off of that. Oh, but you're getting a free education.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. You ready for this? All right, free education. Back, I was in a sports sociology class in summer school, at Notre Dame. And it was a panel discussion. Should scholarship athletes be paid? I'm like, yeah, I think so. And of course, one of the students says, hey, well, you're getting a free education. I said, you're absolutely right. Let's break this down though. At that time, it was $18,000 a year about to go to Notre Dame. So I said, this is rounded up to $20,000 a year. I said, just because, for round numbers, let's just say $100,000. I said, okay, we sell out every home game. We actually sell out every away game. There's parking. There's concessions. At that time, we still didn't belong. We were independent. We went to 4 January 1 bowl games at a minimum $6.5 million apiece. So we didn't split any of that. Oh, by the way, because we won for 2 years in a row, basically, in that second year we had, that was the first year of the NBC contract. People forgot about that.
Right.
That was a 5-year, $35 million deal.
All to the school because you weren't part of a conference.
All to the school because we're not part of the conference.
Right.
Oh, and also they sell jerseys, 86 jerseys, number 3, number 12, whatever. Okay. They're selling it in the bookstore and around campus and stuff. We didn't see a dime of that. So you tell me what's fair.
Right. Like, you have a value. Like, that's the thing. Like, and I heard this argument before, like, well, if you pay Notre Dame football players, then field hockey and women's lacrosse will want to say they deserve to be paid.
Well, they are, because the football team actually is responsible for scholarships, even for non-athletes.
There it is,
at
right.
the schools.
Yeah. You can show what your value is at Notre Dame, and if DB can go off and say, someone's going to pay $50 for an 86 jersey, give me $50. Like,
right.
That's a business in itself.
I think that's where my head is at. Like, isn't the fairest and simplest way to do it? You're a notable player. I made 10 grand off your jersey. Shouldn't you just at least get a cut of that?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of basically how, in the NFL, that's how it kind of works with, was it NFL property back in the day, NFL properties and whatnot.
Right. Yep.
You know, you would get a check depending on, you know, they kind of figure out how much is yours, you know, they sold jerseys, whatever, or just even being part of the team, whatever. And you would get it. So basically like royalties, whatever, a piece of that.
See, and I love it because I know, like, instantly my thought on how I would, because here's what I always do, DB. Derrick Brown was, of course, Notre Dame Fighting Irish, New York Giant. I always think of, okay, this is how I would solve the problem, and then I think of how I would abuse the problem once I solved it. So, like, if I want, well, no, think about this, guys. So if I want Derrick Brown, you're the tight end, and I'm excited. I want to get you to go to my school. You're going to make money on your jersey, DB. Well, how can you promise me that? Because I'm going to buy 500 of them.
But you know what, though? They're never going to stop that.
Right. It's never right.
And I totally, I do get it. You know, I know, you know, it's amateur athletics. I understand that. I do. But somewhere along the line, somebody made it a business, and it wasn't the student athlete.
Right. And all those bowl games you go to, the coach gets a bonus.
Yeah.
So if we go to the bowl, why don't I get a bonus?
Well, it's the same thing too. Like a coach gets fired, right? He's still getting paid. Matter of fact, was it last year or the year before, Charlie Weiss got his last check? How long has he been there? I mean, okay. And on top of that, he's free to go to whatever school or job he wants. Student athlete decides to transfer. He's got to sit out a year. Like, what? Why?
Right.
At some point, the number was even. Like, hey, you're getting paid $100,000 for 4 years, and it evens out for whatever college football was then at the time. But the number's bigger now. Like, the math no longer makes sense.
No.
This doesn't add up for the value.
No, somebody had said, I don't know how true this is, but somebody had said, like, if you took University of Alabama, right, I think it's like, I don't know, 80, 100 players on the team, right? You paid them each $1 million a year, right, for their 4 years. They still make money.
I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. Derrick Brown, it is your birthday. I don't know. We're going to do sports headlines. Do you want to hang for that, or do you got to run out and do birthday stuff?
I think I haven't got a text from the wife, so I think I'm good.
All right. So headlines with a little help from Derrick Brown coming up next.